have the national capital already witnessing a huge political fireworks, crackling ones. The Delhi government has imposed a complete ban on the use of firecrackers, including green firecrackers. This is till the 1st of January, citing worsening air quality levels across Delhi and the rest of the national capital region. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party has urged the people in Delhi to light diyas instead of bursting firecrackers to save lives. And amidst this entire political war of words, the Aam Aadmi Party's national convener, Arvind Kejriwal, has cited the rulings by the Supreme Court, also various high courts, to suggest that this move, he says, has nothing to do with hurting religious sentiments, hurting the majority community. He also says this is only and only about protecting the next generation and our environment.
ये तो सभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी कहना है, हाई कोर्ट का भी कहना है, सभी कोर्ट्स का कहना है कि प्रदूषण के मद्देनज़र जो है हमें पटाखे नहीं, हमें दिए जलाने चाहिए। ये लाइट्स का त्यौहार है, ये दिए जला के, मोमबत्ती जला के हम अपना त्यौहार मनाएं, ना कि पटाखे जलाएं। पटाखे जलाने से प्रदूषण होता है। प्रदूषण से कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी पे एहसान कर रहे हैं, हम अपने ऊपर ही एहसान कर रहे हैं। जो प्रदूषण होगा वो हम ही उससे भुगतेंगे, हमारे बच्चे ही, छोटे छोटे बच्चे वही उससे भुगतेंगे। तो इसमें कोई हिंदू और मुसलमान और इसका कोई वो नहीं है।
And even as Arvind Kejriwal is saying what he is saying and saying this is not about Hindus, Muslim, this is only about the environment, but the curbs and bursting firecrackers during Diwali has drawn the ire of some top spiritual voices in the country. Bagheshwar Baba Dhirendra Shastri has also questioned why certain curbs, he says, are only imposed on the festival celebrated by the Hindus. Listen in to what he says.
एक साहब ने कहा कि जो है पटाखों से प्रदूषण होता है, 1 जनवरी को इनका ज्ञान फिर गायब हो जाता है। हैप्पी न्यू ईयर के नाम से पूरी दुनिया में पटाखे होते हैं, तब प्रदूषण नहीं होता है। लेकिन दिवाली आती है तो प्रदूषण होता है, होली आती है तो पानी खराब होता है, और खून खराबा होता है तब नहीं मानते, तब ये स्टेटमेंट नहीं देते, तब ये मांग नहीं करते, तब ये कानून लाने की बात नहीं करते।
And there is a lot of politics that has broken out over that particular statement, while the Congress is calling him, quote-unquote, a fraud, claiming that he is being propped up by the BJP and the RSS. The BJP says that this decision to ban firecrackers is a misplaced approach. Sample the war of words between both sides.
He's a cheat and he's a fraud. He's duping the people that he can tell the future. And he has been projected by BJP RSS. And he is always making a statement against the constitution, Hindu Rashtra. Now he is again trying to vitiate the atmosphere by saying that why Hindu festivals are being targeted.
We also have our colleague Isha who's joining us live, and she's been tracking that story. Isha, you know, wherever you look around yourself, whether it's the Yamuna, whether you see, you know, in the atmosphere, the air, you will realize that Delhi today is plagued by a very, very severe problem. But politics can't be the solution to that.
Right, Deepthi, every year we have this conversation time and again about how the national capital is choking, but the politicians continue to politicize the entire issue. The Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP and the Congress, in fact, even the Yamuna Ghat has been visited by the BJP leaders and the Congress leaders, both vehemently calling Arvind Kejriwal, calling the Aam Aadmi Party out for their inadequacy at clearing the Yamuna Ghat. But again, the question that comes to the fore, Deepthi, is that crackers have been banned, but they are definitely being sold in an off-the-record way. So clearly that is also not something that is helping. And also, when Arvind Kejriwal got bail, crackers were burnt to celebrate his return. So again, the hypocrisy of the Aam Aadmi Party is being highlighted, because when Arvind Kejriwal was coming home, when their quote-unquote Ram was returning back, then it was a Diwali where crackers could have been burst. But today, Diwali cannot. But today, crackers can't be burst. So definitely a lot of anti-Hindu sentiment has also creeped in. But definitely, while Arvind Kejriwal was addressing the press conference, he did state that this is not about Hindu or Muslim, but just about the fact that this is a public health emergency. But other than that also, Deepthi, the AQI levels have been plummeting into the hazardous zone in the national capital, and parali has also been burning in Haryana and Punjab, in areas of Haryana and Punjab, despite the central government and the state government's efforts to keep that down. That has still not been able to get curbed or come in control. So every year the situation is the same. Delhi continues to choke, Delhi continues to suffer, but the politicians are back-to-back politicizing this issue.
Yes, and even as you say this, Isha, earlier Manoj Tiwari of the BJP was also speaking, and Delhi is up for a big election. This is a do-or-die battle even for a Arvind Kejriwal who's plagued with a lot of other problems. And I did hear Manoj Tiwari making this big plea because he said that in case the BJP is voted to power in Delhi, we will rework this ban. That is what the BJP has said. Do you believe this can actually become a huge political issue in the run-up to the elections, Isha?
The crackers have always been a very sensitive issue when it comes to the ban, because a lot of Hindu groups come out and state that this is very selective about banning crackers just for Diwali. But now Manoj Tiwari, as you were also as you just pointed out, has said that they will rework this entire ban again, will create a lot of political controversy, because the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress definitely short will jump into it, stating that this is the BJP's appeasement politics for the Hindus. So even if in the 2025 polls in the national capital, if the BJP comes into the power and if they actually rework the political ban, they will also be at the receiving end of a lot of political criticism from the other political parties. But definitely it'll be interesting to see if they actually bring about that ban, and if the AQI levels can actually be controlled a little bit, because the AQI at the moment is touching the 300 mark in several areas, and global warming is at an all-time high. There is nothing that has changed the entire situation. So despite the politicization, despite the BJP stating whatever they're stating, the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party, all of them have their things to say. But the end result is, whichever government this is, whichever year this is, Delhi continues to choke and burn. And after Diwali, in fact tomorrow, we're expecting that the air quality will further plummet into a very hazardous zone, which will further be very difficult for people with respiratory illnesses, for the elderly, for the children, because because the World Health Organization has also stated that Delhi right now, the air in Delhi is extremely unsafe.
Absolutely, Isha. For the moment, thank you for getting us the latest. We'll continue to track that story as we also move on to get you our next breaking update. It's on the same story coming in from Hyderabad now, where there is again more politics over pollution that continues to peak, where curbs have been imposed in Hyderabad. The BJP has called out the Arvind Reddy government. What have they said? What is this controversy all about? Let's get in our colleague Siddharth, who's joining us from our newsroom. He has more details. Siddharth, what has happened in Hyderabad?
So Deepthi, here's a comment that's come in from Amit Malviya of the BJP. Let me just read that out and I'll give you the context for that comment as well. He's basically said on the platform X, in an Aurangzeb kind of move, the Congress government in Telangana has put a ban on Diwali celebrations by imposing restrictions under Section 144, which prohibits gatherings and processions from the 27th of October to the 28th of November this year. On the auspicious occasion of Dhanteras too, the Congress administration in Hyderabad stopped Hindus from celebrating the festival without giving any valid reason. Hindus have repeatedly been denied the right to worship in Telangana. Earlier in April, Hyderabad police denied permission to BJP MLA T. Raja Singh to undertake the Ram Navami Shobha Yatra in the city. The anti-Hindu Congress, which has been brazen in its condemnation of Sanatan Dharm by openly supporting their ally DMK's call for the eradication of Sanatan, is now actively preventing Hindus from celebrating their festivals. So he's also affixed this notification from the government of Telangana, the police department, which places or imposes Section 144 in the city of Hyderabad between the dates the 27th of October that you can see below to the 28th of November. Now here's the reasoning that's been provided by the government there. It says, whereas reliable information has been placed before me that several organizations and parties are trying to create disturbances affecting public peace and order in Hyderabad city by resorting to dharnas and protests. Therefore, with a view to maintain public order, peace and tranquility in Hyderabad city, ICV Anand, IPS Commissioner of Police Hyderabad, in exercise of the powers vested in me under the Bharatiya Nagrik Sanhita, which is the equivalent of the CRPC, do hereby prohibit every kind of gathering of 5 or more persons, processions, dharnas, rallies or public meetings, and prohibit any individual groups or individuals to make any speeches, gestures or displaying pictures, any symbols, placards, etc., or causing disturbance to public space and order in the limits of Hyderabad and Sikandrabad. However, peaceful dharnas or protests are allowed only at certain venues which have been listed here in this notification. So the BJP basically saying that this is some kind of a deliberate design on the part of the Telangana government to basically restrict or impose restrictions on Hindu religious festivals. However, there's been no specific mention of any festival or any religion in the notification that's been put out by the Telangana police here.
All right, Siddharth, for the moment, thank you so much for getting us that entire context and the backstory. I also want to get in our colleague Somit, who's standing by live from Hyderabad, to take this ahead. You know, Somit, has there been absolutely any response from the government so far? Is this a knee-jerk response? This was in the making. What really is this ban all about?
Well, Deepthi, it's actually like Amit Malviya is alleging about, the ban on Diwali celebrations, but on ground, we are not... we have not heard from the either C.V. Anand, the Hyderabad City Police Commissioner, or the Chief Minister Revant Reddy, or any government official that there will be any ban or any restrictions when it comes to Diwali celebrations. And like every year in the Hyderabad city, the Diwali is being celebrated, the crackers are being sold across the Hyderabad city and Sikandrabad city, we can say. But yes, we have been recently covering Deepthi about the Mutyalamma temple issue, the Group 1 protest issue, and Pandit Sanjay and several top leaders, Kishan Reddy, all of them visited Group 1 aspirants and also the Mutyalamma temple spot. And from there, massive rallies were organized and 5,000, 10,000 people gathered there. And even, initially attack was carried out on the police and illegal gathering took place. And for 3 to 4 days, the situation was out of control and police even resorted to the aggressive lathi charge there after the protesters have attacked the police. So, however, after that, the police commissioner was also the additional magistrate of the Hyderabad city, and Hyderabad and the Sikandrabad, both of the parliament constituencies come under the Hyderabad police jurisdiction. He has taken this call that 144 section will be implemented in the Hyderabad city from 27th of October to the 20th of November, mainly restricting the political gatherings and the religious gatherings. But there is no ban on the Diwali festival.
All right, Somit, we'll track that story. For the moment, thank you to you. Thank you also to Siddharth for piecing together information on that story. With this, we shift our focus to the next big development from Maharashtra. Maharashtra has big